Guys, welcome back to another episode of Queensland Abandoned Mines. Ebenezer with you as always. We hope everyone's doing absolutely awesome. I'm not too sure where to start with this one. Maybe I'll just start by talking about the actual mine itself. It is literally just called Wolfram Mine. That is it. There is nothing on Trove about this. We can't find who used to own the lease. We don't know what time it started. We don't know what time it ceased working. All I had was a GPS, well not actually a GPS, a KML pin that I exported from the state's mineral resources, exported as a GPX onto my Garmin, and we're in one of the most remote areas of New South Wales, and about 6:30 in the morning I fanged it down this remote valley to look for Wolfram Mine. So that's all we know about the actual mine. Now, just before I got to the workings, because the workings were actually about 250 metres away from the mineral resources pin, which means I don't know if they ever found it, or they were looking at maybe GPS or satellite data. I have no idea. But right when I got to the start of the workings, it started to get pretty pumped up. I heard a stick break behind me about 10 metres. Now, you guys know on the channel, we're about to enter our 6th year. No politics, no clickbait thumbnails, no false promises with our content. But something weird happened on this trip. A stick broke behind me around about 10 metres. And then the best way I could explain it was it sounded like a car drove through the valley with its radio on. And I had a bit of a freak out. It's probably a bit of an embarrassing moment, but I'll keep it in there. Radioed back to BC just to make sure that it wasn't him playing a prank on me. Then once I got into the workings on 2 occasions, I heard someone step right behind me. Actually sounded like they jumped from the back of the mine with like waders on or something. I have no idea. And you hear me once say that it's a bat, and on the second occasion, I kind of just freak out and keep going. So didn't get any weird vibes from this mine, but it was super creepy to edit. Enjoy, guys. This is a solo expedition to an unknown mystery mine that might be guarded with spirits. I don't know. I'll let you guys decide and maybe leave a comment as to what you think is going on. And we will not disclose this location. It is in the middle of nowhere, and we believe we may have indeed stumbled across a true lost mine. Enjoy tonight's episode. Hope that's not for me. Morning, everyone. Got my can of Monster I'm powered for. I'm out adventuring this morning. Again, won't say where we are specifically, but beautiful spot. Awesome day for trekking. And I'm on the hunt for a Wolfram mine. We had a massive day yesterday. Massive day. 12-hour day of exploring. I passed out about 8 o'clock in my hammock. Had about 10 hours sleep. Woke up feeling epic. So decided to come on the hunt. Really nice location. Look at those big granitic tors up on the hill. Wolfram's the main commodity of the one we're looking for. We're only about 75 metres away. What a spot, hey? Sun's well and truly up by now. Following this little river down. Move over here so you can see the view. Sorry, it's probably going to be trash audio. I've only got my phone. But just one thing of note. Granite on the western side of this little creek. And like it's either quartz pegmatite or like a grease and granite on this side exclusively. Look at that. So different alteration separated by the creek. I can't see any of that grease and coloured granite on the west bank. It's super weird. Alright, get cracking. Maybe this is what they followed. But it should be down there somewhere. I can see a little something sus. Let's keep going. I think I'm picking up what's an old road. Pretty much just under my hand there. It looks like it switches back down to the left. Down through there. Maybe the remnants of an old fence. Or gate. And we're right above the mine. This is obviously the way that I'll get out of here. You can only see little saplings on this trail, so maybe someone came down here 5-6 years ago. Who knows? It's all guesswork. Alright, only meant to be about 20 metres away, and I can't see any mullock. And that wasn't really a road. I was hoping it was like a RC driller's road or a prospector's road, but I think this morning I'm chasing shadows. You can probably tell by how long this video is whether or not I find something. If it ends in 30 seconds, it's been a bust. Just about to say this has been a complete bust, and the only thing I've followed down is this kitty litter oxidised and decomposed granite. I thought that might be a sign of mullock. And look what's above me, or below me I should say, sorry. Hopefully that's not the only thing. There's a bit of tin. That looks like an open stope, not a show. There's something up behind it. Sorry. What the fuck was that? What was that? I've heard wallabies, but that sounded like a voice with it. Hello? Hey, radio check. BC, you awake? I'm at the Wolfram mine. Hello? Huh. I think I'll go to the low side of it. This looks pretty cool. Now this could end up being a surprisingly good one. This is all mullock. All fractured granite. You can see some like little black micas in that bit. That's cool. That's got some ore in it. That'd be the Wolfram, Tungsten. I think I had minor arsenic as well, possibly. But a few bits of old steel. I've gone down the creek and I've got a huge climb out of here. So yeah, this is all mullock that I'm standing on. All of this. That's a good sign for us. Another weird little... Oh, water pipe. Alright, this is all leading to coolness. It looks like it's milled, possibly, at least partially. Alright. Mullock's behind me at it, what the hell? Old boot on the ground. What's left of it? I wonder if that's a miner's boot or a hiker's boot. Oh, it's got a steel. How uncomfortable would that be? A steel insert. Maybe that was for safety. Jesus. It doesn't even bend. Ah, that's weird. I've never seen that. Corrugated iron on the ground. Old bucket. Rail. No way. Old bucket. That's decent gauge rail. What the hell? It's more of those bolts that we saw. That was the first clue that we got. Oh, we went back to the same spot we were just at 10 minutes ago before I went down the creek. Got to go this way. Oh, so the mullock is below the adit. That's cool. Maybe those bolts are for like winching it all out. Yeah, this looks like the adit cut. Oh, more oil barrels. I wonder if they're petrol barrels. Too small to be water jugs. What have we got here? Oh, I'm not getting too close to that. That's pretty cool. And there's an adit, badly flooded. I'm super sketched to do this by myself. If those in the floor of the mine, should be able to scooch around up there. At least shine the torch in and have a-look-see. Alright. I can see daylight. I'll turn my lights off for a sec. We'll just dip them. I can definitely see daylight. I do have my gas meter and helmet. I just don't know how deep this is. That there, where that green mineral is, that's the vein. You can see it dipping down there. I'd say that's the remnants of an old door. It is in the granite. Doesn't look more than knee depth. And it kind of looks like that stuff there's just fallen down the shaft. So you could actually move it without causing complete and utter death. So I might just go in just to there and see if those timbers move. I've got to try and get a base camp on radio first though, because no one knows where I am at the moment. Dude, I found it. It's actually quite incredible.
Oh yeah.
There's a dirty great big timbered winds. There's an old plant down here, but it's super wet. So I just need to get hold of you before I punch in because it looks a bit sketch.
Alright, when are you going to check back in?
I'll walk down now And because the UHFs are so good and because there's like open stopes the whole way along the lode, I might actually be able to get you from in the adit. Possibly, I'll check. If not, I'll come back up and radio my time. It's going to try and drain it, but it's in a bit of a, it's in a beautiful park, so just going to gun it. I see so many people, underground explorers, with these cheap Chinese things. This was $190. One of our sensors to replace is $250. That's just the cost of the hardware without calibration and putting it back in the dock. So you might ask, why am I using it? That's because we dropped an O2 sensor yesterday, my vapor sensor for explosive gases. That went about 2 months ago. So this is literally just a backup of a backup. Buck's died, mine died, and this is gas meter number 3, but it is a brand newie. Was it cheap Chinese crap? So if one of the sensors on the Beausean is, or the BW is about $250, and the price has gone up about tenfold in the last 5 years. They've got 4 sensors in there, allegedly. So we've just set the limits really high. I've set it to 5% LEL. I think I've set it to 5 parts per million of H2S. And I've set the oxygen for like 19.8 or something. Yeah, there you go. It's already reading at 20.3. What the hell? It's already out by 0.6. Fantastic. All right, let's get in there. I was able to successfully move those sticks without dying. We'll start recording. There's the portal. You can see the vein just through there. Let's jump in. This should get shallower because of all the weather material that's falling down the shaft. And I'd say it's going to get pretty deep after this. This is probably just a little protection platform, and this might get too deep. No, she's good. Ooh, I've got a second little torch. Whoa. Oh, I'm committed now. That should be the deepest part. There's a billion bugs above me. I can feel rail. There's the veining. What would that be from? Oh, here, I can use this torch as a pointer. There. That's it, that there is the start of the vein. That there's the end of the vein. I'm going to be looking at Wolfram. You can see the vein, all it is a slight alteration of the granite. It's not super well defined. I mean, the control of it is. You can see up in there. This water's freezing. Oh, little bird's nest up there. That's pretty cool. I just got to dip my lights, guys, because I do not have heaps of battery left, and I do not want to be relying on a Temu torch. I've just realised my vape is in my pocket. That is gone. That's a great shot, isn't it? A little bit of copper staining there on the walls, on the ribs, I should say. I assume that's the footwall, or is that spray paint? That is spray paint. Please don't say wins. Oh shit, what's that? Oh, it scared the hell out of me. Little bat just went past me. 66 down. I still can't see the ground. There is something up ahead. So what I do, I don't want this to sound like an instructional video, but 90% of my weight's on my back foot. I keep a hand on the back of the mine. Oh, I can feel rail. I can feel rail. Right, that's good. A weird vein. It looks like it's slightly dipping to the east, just along here. Hope you can see that with my crap little torch. Definitely pick up some nice quartz on this one though, and that could be the mineral. That could be the wolfram. You see the little silver pocket up there? Look at that quartz. That's the nicest little bit of the vein we've seen. Alright, it's getting shallow. Nice. We got a ladder. Or a tree root. Oh, see all these little chasms? They're freaking me out. It's not a ladder. Oh, there we go. That's where they first found some value, I'd say. They started stoping up. And this must be another shaft to the surface. I thought that was a ladder. It's definitely not. It's an opening. How cool is that? This will inevitably get a little bit deeper again. Always the way. I'm guessing, but if they haven't knocked a raise in, I'm assuming that last one was for ventilation. It's pretty small. Probably about 65 metres, I'd say, maybe 80 metres, can be deceptive. Oh, what have we got in here? That's weird, that looks man-made, whatever that is. Now we've got our nice quartz in the vein. There we go. That looks a bit better for the old timers chasing it. The hell is that? I think there might be a big stope on the ore body up here. Look how slick that fault wall is. That means that's all gouge. They weren't necessarily going for that, I don't think. Well, we're soon going to tell. Oh, it smells bad in here. I've got the crappiest gas meter ever. Whoa! Whoa! No way! Wow! I was not expecting that. Holy smokes, the daylight's up there. That is so cool. Oh, it keeps going. So, maybe a bit of a sample bag down there. I hope that's not a dynamite bag. It definitely looks like one. I can't see any fuse. Some notches on that timber there, indicating it might have been a ladder rung. They would need ladders to get up these stopes. And they've stoped that vein there. So I think the contact between the hanging wall and the gouge, that's what they're after. There's one timber set, oh shit, heaps of rocks above my head there. Those rocks there, far out. If I knock that board, those rocks are going to come down on my head, I guess. Oh no way, it turns around the corner. Shimmied through. You guys would have been disappointed, and I would have been disappointed when I got home. Bit of drill still in there. Still going. Oh, hey. Alright, so that's pretty cool. From this point on in the vein, worth mining. Look at it balloon out there. That might have been all they mined. I don't know, they put those boards there though. Alright. Have no footprints. You can see how well defined mine are. We'll definitely be picking up on that. Okay, this is 32 ounce icy cold snow dad, snow clad, the super soft drink from Snowclad. Oh, there's still stuff in it. R&E Thomas Proprietary Limited. Oh, big spider. Leave that there for the next explorer. It's not a big spider, that was a bit wussy. Oh, I'm going to turn off this TMU torch because it's now my backup. Because it's got a battery warning. You can see how prepared you've got to be for these things, hey guys. We're down to a backup of a backup of a backup for our oxygen meters. Oh, picking up on the rail. 1298, I'm assuming that's feet. That could be a winds. 1298, yeah, there's a green arrow that tells me that maybe back there was a winds in the floor. Stick to the middle. Yeah. Number 6 or G. Oh, I think I've got more daylight. Maybe I can get out this way. We're going crazy. was going to say it'd be really cool if we could see the difference in those two different granites. Ah, it's a face. Number 7. Got reeks in here. Absolutely reeks in here. You can see the vein is very poorly defined in here. It's also not very well controlled. So this is where they've given up. Basically a little video of the bat so I can identify them. Most of the ones up our way are eastern horseshoes. We are a long way from home though. Yeah, you can see maybe what used to be the vein. That's the same strike of it. So quartz has an infield this one, so that black sort of streak along there. And then they've just given up. And I can't see any quartz in the face. Alright, let's leave the bats be. We've got a long way back out. Alright, I'm going to take photos on the way back out, guys. I'll see you guys back at the portal. Alright, almost back at the portal. Nice view looking back out. I'm just here chilling with Harry the huntsman. I'm pretty sure he's going to launch at my face when I walk past, but he didn't. We're still friends. Alright, I am sketched out by that little bit of green paint. I've stepped it out. This thing's 185 metres long. It's 110 to those boards. Unfortunately, we never got to see the shift of those two nice looking granites. Again, if there's any geos watching this, the quartz is in the back, about 60 metres that way. This part of the fault that's in field, I'm assuming it's kept all of the granite with it and just altered the granite. I know granite's already metamorphosed, but that's the gouge material. And then further along, there's veins within the veins, which I guess that means there's been more than one event. Alright, see you guys on the outside. That's the portal below me. Somewhere down there, there's that winds. Down there. Here's one of the parts of the vein they stoped to the surface. I was down there about 10 minutes ago. We'll follow this along and see if there's another at it on the other side. Just following that strike angle of 55 degrees on my watch. Once you plot the portal, it's pretty easy. And this is the medium or intermediate zone of the vein they stope to the surface. And obviously I will not throw rocks down there because I know there's bats down there. The likelihood of hitting one's about 1 in a million, but still. I'd say they sunk this onto the vein because there's a bit of mullock here. Well, that's when they broke through, either way. Alright, I'll probably record just a quick outro on the last one. Alright, I think there'll be a wrap on this one, guys. This is the very dangerous, not even fence. This is why we don't give away locations. This is the main opening. I remember seeing that vein down there. Seemed fairly safe down there. But look at that boulder about to go. That's a widowmaker. Alright. It's only 8 o'clock in the morning. It's been an early start. Mad adventure. I've got hectic wet pants and boots to get back. See you guys on the next one. Thanks for tuning in. What the hell's that? Hope everyone's doing really well.